Hello, grade 12s. We are going to be doing life orientation, grade 12, term 1 work. Do not forget to subscribe, share this video, and like it. So, in life orientation, the first topic is development of the society, development of self in society. So, firstly, we must look at the ATP. It's very much important that when you do your studies, when you study, you look at the ATP, but this one it's for 2023 to 2024. So we must start with our first week, which is development of self in society. So core concept, skills and values. The first concept is stress. So it says apply a range of life skills required to adapt to change as a part of ongoing health lifestyle choices, stressors, changes, and quality of life. Identify and define stress. You must, whenever you see this kind of information where they say identify, define stress, you must take account. So, meaning that this is what you are expected to know. You must define stress and stressor or differentiate. You must identify, because sometimes they might bring them in a scenario where they give a case study about a person uh, undergoing some abuse in her or his family. So you must be able to identify and define the type of stress and the stressors. So the type of stressors we have: physical, emotional, sorry, and environmental factors, such as abuse, vacation, life crisis, personality, and social pressure. So this is our first week. So the key concept that you must know, and I want to show you guys some other things uh, in terms of defining and also uh, identifying concepts, because you cannot go through the whole textbook. So in your ATP, there's this section, there's this column where you are required to know this concept, definition of this concept at the end of this chapter: life skill, changes, stressors, health, lifestyle choices, physical, emotion, and also social and mental factors, environmental factors. These concepts, you must know them. You must know all these concepts. You must know all these concepts in your term 1 work. This is for term 1 work. This is your term 1 work. All these things. You must know all these things is your term 1 work. So, but today we are going to be dealing with week 1. Yeah, I'm sure most of schools use this textbook for life orientation, which is focus. So the same concept in here for term 1. Chapter 1, development of self or the self in society. But you cannot go all through this textbook, the whole of this textbook, but you can make use of the summarized notes. But it is very much important to check some of the concepts in this book. You can go through it. Yeah, I will send it on WhatsApp if you want it. My number for WhatsApp is 078 692 8769. Then I will share it to you. So I want us to look at those notes. So the key concepts that we must focus on are these changes. You must know the definition of changes in LO, in life orientation. I mean, do not undermine anything. They might bring anything because the questions are not repeated. They will never repeat a question. So make sure that you know all these concepts. Definition of changes, to transform or to become different. Quality of life. You must also know this definition, quality of life. Just know that your level of personal well-being and satisfaction with your life and what conditions of you. And the most important one is this one, stress. But in stress, I never come across the question where they ask you what is stress. Maybe stressor, or maybe in the definition, I mean in the multiple choice. Yeah, stressor, pressure is a pressure, nervous tension, and anxiety, constant worry, strain. What is anxiety? Anxiety is worry, nervous, or uneasy. Stressor, this one is very much important. Stressor, things that causes stress or pressure. And also, most important one is this one. What do you understand about the term personality? Personality, qualities, action, behaviors, and attitude that makes a person unique. So these concepts, you must know them by heart. So let's move. Stress is a reaction caused by ongoing increase or new pressure or demands. When pressure are more than your coping, may feel you may feel what overcome by constant nervousness, tension, too much to do, many problems to solve, or too many things happens. So but these ones are not that important. You must be able to relate in reality of life. Any explanation that you give in reality of life, it's correct as long as as long as it is relevant to a question. Because sometimes, let's say they may ask you to identify the physical stressors that a person might undergo. You give another out of these ones, so you will also be correct as long as you substitute. Because in life orientation, whenever you're at a point, you must do what? Substitute. Because there are those question where they say 4 times 2 2 times 2. Yeah. So let's look at the physical stressors. Physical stressors are the stressors that are being caused by physical things. Sorry. Maybe lack of exercise, uh, physical, or it may be sexual abuse. That may fall, it falls under physical stressor. It can be illness. Whenever when you are sick, you feel stress. Oh, what are they doing at school? I'm absent at school. Yeah, you become worried and have the pressure. The pressure that you have, it is called what? Stress. Injury, hunger, accident, overtiredness, physical disabilities, unhealthy life choices. These are your physical stressors. You don't have to know all of them, because yeah, you might be taking notes. You don't have to know all of them. You must be able to identify them, because they might one to one and you substitute. So yeah, let's go to the emotional stressor. We know stressor is something that triggers stress. So if it's emotional stressor, it defines itself. Every time in life orientation, it defines itself. So you must be able to define it according to your understanding, but being relevant to the question. So that's where you are going to collect marks. So your emotional stressor may be feelings, it can be feelings, it can be thoughts, reaction to life, personality, image of yourself, or changes. So let us go through them. Your feelings, such as constant worrying, such as nervousness, anxiety, jealousy, anger, disappointment, rejection, and hate, can be what? Emotional stressors. So you must take account into those things. Your thoughts can be your emotional stressor. So let's say you are going somewhere, you are relocating, and you don't know people there. You are always at home, you are always alone. You feel anxiety, you feel rejected. That's your emotional stressors. You feel disappointed. Why did I go to this place? Yeah, you ask yourself many questions. This is your what? Your emotional stress. Emotional stressors. Changes. This is what the one that I was busy explaining. Start a new job, you're curious. A marriage transition from school to adult life can cause what? Stress, which is your what? Your emotional stress. And at grade 12, you know that in the following years you are going to university, so you are going to a different place. So you must be able to identify your emotional stressors. So let's go to reaction to life crisis, unplanned pregnancy. Yeah, this one can cause stress. Death of a parent can also cause stress. So you don't have to know all of these things. You must know, relate to a life at the reality of life. Okay, if there is death, means that I'm going to be worried about my parent. If it's your parent, I'm going to be worried about my siblings. I'm no longer going to see her or him no more. So that's your stress, is stress. A failing can also be a stress. Divorce of parents can also depress you, resulting in what? Stress. So whenever you are usually explaining your divorce of parents can cause stress, job loss can cause stress, personality can cause stress, while being worried about your image, about you thinking about your thinking that you are being rejected, you are not wanted, about some other groups, may result in stress. So these things are basically your life situations that you are going through. So we have this kind of stress, another type of stress, which is another type of stressor. I mean, sorry for that. Your social stressors. These ones are things. These ones are things that you are interacting with, stressors that affect you socially, affect your well-being, affect your surrounding. Yeah, but it is different. It is separated into two parts: friends and peers, family and social. So you must be able to identify. Let's say they are talking about a young lady who is in grade 12 facing uh, gender-based violence at home. Her father beat her mother. You must be able to know, okay, this one is a social stressor, and then your friends is a social stressor. Can either fall into a family or can either be a friends. So let's say divorce in your family. That's, you see, this one falls in emotion and in your social. Family responsibilities, pressure to succeed. You know yourself, your mothers or your parents have been uh, pressurizing you to do great, well, to get great good grades, to pass, to give them best results. So that causes what? Stress socially. Argument in the family members, troubles with the law, poverty. This one is very much important. Sorry for that. Your poverty, debts, stigma, your gender discrimination. This one is most common in today's society. Your gender discriminations. People are being discriminated because of their gender. So it causes what? Stress, social stress. So let's go into the friends and peers. Pressure, your friends and peers. Let's say the peer pressure from friends can cause stress socially, breaking a friendship or relationship, loneliness, unpopularity. Unpopularity can cause stress, being unsure of others, teasing, and name calling. This one is very much common. Yeah, bullying, and even this one, pressure to join a gang or party. This is your stressors. So we are done with stressors and definition of stress. So now I want us to go back to our ATP. This is exactly your exam. Do not go into another ways. Just look at your ATP. This is your structure of the exam. So just go through these things and answer them. So we are going to look at the level of stress, but I think we've already dealt with the week one. So now let's look at the level of stress. The level of stress. This is your week two. It's not that difficult. Just that to know the concept is not that difficult. Just you have to apply them whenever you're answering. I want us to look at week two development. It still falls under the topic of development of self in society, but looking at the concept of level of stress. So in level of stress, we are going to be uh, focusing on the sign and the symptoms of stress, positive and negative stress. Yeah, you see, all these things you must be able to know them. Evaluate your own ability to prevent stress, right? This is your what? Stress management. So coping mechanism and management of techniques, development and implement of own strategy. Actually on week two is basically on the matter of resolving the stress, all type of stress that we dealt in here. Now we are resolving it. We must come up with the solution in order for us to resolve them. So let's look at this notes. And also I have shown you guys about the concept, the key concept that you should be able to know and to define. So I want us to go through them. Yeah, so let's go to the concept. We are now doing access to level of stress. So sign of stress, measurable indication of stress, symptoms of stress, feelings, your feelings and indication, adrenaline. You know from life science, adrenaline, if you're doing life science, adrenaline is a chemical messenger. Called a chemical messenger. It's actually a hormone that is released in your bloodstream whenever you are either fighting or flighting. So this adrenaline is very much important to convert. It works the same function as the glycagon in order to convert what the glycogen into glucose to give you, to stimulate the respiratory system. Yeah, all that, giving the heart to break fast, opening your iris, yeah, dilating your vessels to be ready for an action. Let's say a dog bugs at you unconsciously, so you will run fast. It is because of this adrenaline is being released, it's being secreted by the adrenal gland, I think, in your kidneys. So this is your chemical messenger called the hormone that is released in the bloodstreams, increases the heart rate and the blood pressure. Reduction of stress. So let's say, yeah, this one is very, very much important. These concepts are very much important. Whenever they're talking about eustress and distress, they are actually talking about this. Eustress is actually your positive stress. Distress is your negative stress. So you must be able, just the synonym of these words, you must be able to know this is your positive stress. This is your positive stress. Eustress. Eustress means positive, good, necessary stress. Is a positive stress. Eustress is a positive stress that encourages you, is a stress that gives you power, stress that stimulate, or actually it encourages you to do something. Let's say you are writing tomorrow, then you are seeing some people's results, then you are being encouraged by those top learners in your school, so it gives you that stress. Okay, I can also do it. As long as someone did it, I can also do it. This is your what, your eustress, which is a positive stress, the stress that gives you what, encourage to do something. Distress, yeah, this one is a negative stress, a negative stress, a harmful stress, a bad stress, stress that discourages you. Let's say your mom is sick and you are going to write your final exam tomorrow. You are going to be what? Discouraged and be low. You will not perform at your best just because of what? Distress or your negative stress. Let's move. The sign and symptoms of stress. Signs are physical and can be seen or measured. Symptoms of stress are problems that are noticed or felt. Stress is a personal experience. Signs include diarrhea or upset stomach. This is the sign of stress. Let's say you are writing exam and you have stomach aches. Let's say, in my language, they say you wachulua and all the stuff. Yeah, you're going up and down, going to toilet, and you are writing, so you won't perform at your best. So rapid heartbeat is another sign. Is another sign of stress. Bleeding, ulcers, sweating too much is another symptoms of stress. You can give your own. This one does do not limit you to go to such extent that you, maybe it's your personal experience. You experience, okay, when I have stress, my palms are sweaty. When I have stress, I lose weight. So you must give those kind of, when that's kind of example when you're answering positive and negative stress. Yeah, this is your eustress and your distress. Let's look at it. Positive and negative stress. Stress can motivate. Yeah, this is your positive. make you ready for an action, as it releases adrenaline into your bloodstream to give you energy to take action. Positive stress, yeah, this is the definition of positive stress or eustress. They might ask you evaluate difference between positive and negative stress. You must say positive stress is a stress that motivates you, encourages you to make or you push yourself, right? They'll give you a 2 marks. Then negative stress is unhealthy, unpleasant, and can be dangerous, can reduce your performance. You can give your own as long as it is related to negative stress. Then level of stress, low level of stress able you enables you to cope with the stress in life. High level of stress, you urgently need to apply stress management method to reduce your stress. Yeah, that's all. That's the level of stress, the differences between the positive and the negative stress. So I want to show you something. You've seen that we've already dealt with the positive and the positive, I mean, and the negative, evolving your own. This one just your own experience. Now we are going to stress management, and you must be able to define what is a coping mechanism or stress management techniques, development, implement of your own strategies. So now we are going to solve the problem of stress. Yeah, let's go to it. Stress management, the concept which you must know. You must know what is coping mechanism of stress. A way is a way of or a way to handle or to deal with stress. That's your coping mechanism. Management techniques, way to deal with or manage or prevent stress. They are not that different. So let's move. So develop and implement your own strategy or your own ability to solve stress. You must do what? Identify the stress. These bullets are very much important because sometimes they might ask you to find the solution for someone else who is dealing with stress. So they must identify their stressors. They must balance their nutrition, laughter, embrace challenges of grade 12. Grade 12 can be very much stressful. So you must be able to apply this stress management. Follow balanced lifestyle. Deal with your emotion. Time management. Okay, talking about time management. From this point, they may say that how can someone manage their time when they are writing? So you must tell them that they must do revision, do timetables, do study groups in order to manage time to their studies when they are studying. I mean, so apply exam stress reducers. Make time for, yeah, this one is also very much important. In order to reduce, let's say we are talking about in Bali stresses, so you might encourage her to make what, to make time for physical. Why don't you make time for physical exercises or recreation, relaxation, or leisure time. Visualize tend to helpful into healing mental, healing emotions, have good relationships. So in this is what you are expected to know from this week 2 of life orientation term 1. So in the next segment video we are going to go through the week 3, which is the skill resolutions, conflict resolutions skills. Yeah, do not forget to like and subscribe and share to other grade 12s.